It's disgusting, shocking, and the screws actually knew it was going to happen, and they let it go ahead. So what folks ask me over the years, Ken, how do prison guards act in prison? Do they allow shit to happen? Do they slaughter fights? Well, let me tell you something right now, it depends what prison you're in. Berlin and Stockholm, totally different. Fight breaks out, the screws are right on top of you. In Adderall, my local jail, a fight breaks out, the screws, and turn a blind eye at it. That's a fact. Other cases, depends who runs the hall. I don't talk to prison guards, I mean the prisoners. For example, my pal Big Andy, he was in the hall, same as when I was in the same hall as him, sorry. If a fight broke out, the screws ran by the fight and ran to Andy. Regardless if he was doing the opposite end of the fight, the hall, he would still run to Andy and ask Andy to split the fight up. That was he was getting his favour in return. He ran the hall as long as he kept the hall sweet. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So, I made a video before talking about travellers taking over side and somebody for them, right? And I had to kind of fix the problem out, sort the problem out, and the problem ended up being a modern day slavery case, and it was a big massive case. That was not to do with me, but this was the same travel family. I go and find me them all, I went to prison, they all thanked me for the favour that I'd done them, and it was a favour that was well due, because they put my life in danger, this so-called friend of mine. So, this one of the travellers that was involved with the modern day slavery, he was actually the best one at them all apparently, and I heard that from a lot of good sources. So all through his full committal, he was convinced that he was going to get released from prison after his full committal. He ended up getting 7.5 years. Now, I ended up in the same hall as him. TC it's called in Adderall. The TC, to explain to you what kind of hall it is, it's broke up between short-term prisoners and long-term prisoners. It varies between housebreakers, thieves, frauds, drug dealers, gangsters, and murderers. And that is the only hall they keep putting me in. And I'm none of them. Apart from I dabbled with narcotics. Right? But I'm no murderer and no thief. So and I'm also no dabbler with narcotics either. Anyway, I keep myself in my cell and do my own thing. My change laddie. So the traveller ended up getting 7.5 years, and what happened was it was on the BBC News, and the prison got a tip off telling them that on the 6 o'clock news or the 6:30 news, the trial was on, and it was going to let you hear what Big John says. And what he says was, he phoned up somebody, it was a recorded phone call, and he says, I'm going to skin your children alive like cats. So the prison was supposed to unplug a certain plug that unplugs every television in the whole prison, and they're supposed to do that for his safety, because they know how prisoners react to people that cause women severe harm or children severe harm, and that's only that, it's not second nature. But what the prison guards done was they deliberately waited 3 minutes after it was exposed on the news. So what the guards done was, rather than taking it off 30 seconds before John says, I'll skin your children alive like cats, they waited it after he says it, so we all heard it, right? So the following day, I was camped up with Big Damo from Glasgow, a very good friend of mine. He was in a recall. He'd done his time in Shorts prison, one of my good friends from my area, and he got recalled. Another one was with Kilmarnock. He was a Muay Thai fighter, a very good, well, I was a good friend with his twin brother, very good friends with his twin brother. So what happened was they were friends with a guy from Hamilton called Chesney. And Chesney's dead now. It's mad because all these nutcases, half of them are all dead. So Chesney was ruthless, but Legal High was completely taking out of the prisoners at this point. I'm talking like, I got something done in prison for one of my good friends from my area, because they were writing to his partner, God bless her soul, they were writing to her partner, dirty letters. The master was in a long-term sentence for land robberies. So what happened was, a laddie from Livingston got paid with Legal High, he put a hit in him, but his big mouth backfired, and the laddie found out Chesney was going to do it for a half a kid Legal High, Now half a kid's only valued at £25 or £40 strips, razor blades. But the guy found out, and he's pulled my friend up, also called friend Livingston, and he shot his cell and says, oh, Chesney was going to do it. So the boys went and asked Chesney, so Chesney went up with Demo and the boy for Kilmarnock, and he's went and done that boy for Livingston. So my friend says to me, did it happen? I says, no, that's how easy it is in jail. Legal high, money talks, legal high talks. So Chesney, known for doing hits for legal high, Sunday I says to him, scold the Traveller and we'll pay you with legal high. Now I didn't know this at this point, I knew nothing about it. Because I like Big John. I would have put John White it, no fly grassing, but I says, John, keep your door open, mate. So what happened was, John was lying in his bed, second day after getting 7.5 years. It was only 12 hours after the 6 PM news, 6 AM in the morning, the door gets opened an hour later, 7 AM. Chesney goes to John's next door neighbour's cell, boils the kettle. He looks out, and at the hall, there's folk walking about. He goes back into the cell, reboils the kettle. Now the boy's cell who he was in, I think he told me he boiled the kettle at least 10 times until the hole was clear. Once folk went down for their Rice Krispies, their cornflakes, their toast. Chesney, he felt a big massive protein, woke up, full of boiling hot water, luckily never put sugar and nothing like that in it so it wasn't complete acid. And he's went into John's cell, tapped him on the shoulder. John's been facing the wall, he's turned round, he says, good morning John. John says, good morning Chesney. Chesney's done that with full box, with boiling hot water straight out of the kettle, bump, right out of his face just started burning, melting. Gave Big John his due. He got up out his bed and he chased Chesney along the hall, but once he ran along the hall a bit, he just collapsed to his feet. Collapsed to the ground, sorry. And he got rushed to hospital. Well, no rushed, I'm not exactly in a rush to get to hospital. But they rushed him at the hall anyway. And he went to hospital. But Eagle High in prison, it completely destroys people. And if there's false allegations going about, there's a case of one of my other friends got stabbed in the neck twice for 2 razor blades. A razor blade's only £10, so folks want to kill in jail for £20 off Eagle High. So that Traveller, he had to get moved out the hall. Chesney got taken out of digger for 7 weeks, but then he came back to the digger. And he only came back to that hall because it was the only hall he was going to be safe in. But there was still another 3 of the Travellers in the hall. But they all panicked at this point because they were the ones, one of the ones for doing illegal high. But my 2 pals were the runners of the hall. They ran the hall, they told the screws what's happening, when it's happening. They had my door open all day until last thing at night. And nobody fucked with them. And it's just a very dangerous place. That's one story of many. But that's how easy it is to get hot. So anybody that goes to prison, don't get me wrong, I'm the world's worst for in the morning, leave my door open. I never open my door. No reason to open my door. I go home to every single prisoner in prison. Once you've been to prison 30 odd times, you know everybody. You don't hate to know people in particular, but you know people, you know other people who know you. And as long as you're not wronging, you're safe. But still, there's always a chance you take in prison. So my advice would be, stay the fuck out of prison. If you've not got it in you, in the heart, stay out of prison. If you want to be a drug dealer, you want to be a thug, you want to be an arsehole, do it. But do the crime, you've got to do the time, never report, never grass. But once you go to jail, it's a different kettle of fish altogether. It's not like it is out here. You can't run away, you can't go and hide, you can't get certain pals, you know your parents, you know your brothers, you know your backup, you know your homies, ken you in the end. So, that's a wee story of something getting hot watered. Not a nice experience. Anyway, peace out, have a nice day people.